Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to my newest video. Of course, as you may have seen by the title, the thumbnail, and plenty of other indicators, this video is going to be the top 10 things that I would want to see in the Sinnoh remakes. Why am I making this video? Well, because Sinnoh remakes have been rumoured, especially recently, and I figured, since they are probably going to be a thing, sooner or later, I'd like to have these features in, and I'd love to let you all know and to hear what you think. So to start off, I've got to talk about the Poketch app. Even if it would be difficult to add it in as a feature, I'd really love to see it again. It was something that I loved to play around with as a kid, especially with the memo pad. Whilst it's not necessary in the game, I really do love it and would kill for it to return. Since the Switch doesn't have dual screens like the DS line did, I'd recommend either having it as a menu option, which is kind of boring, you know. It was always cool because it was always around, but I probably wouldn't have cared if it was a menu option at all. But my idea would be that having it as a peripheral, like the Pokeball Plus, maybe for a similar price point, but like an actual watch, like you could buy your own Poketch. That would be the coolest thing in the world, and honestly, I'd kill for that. It would be incredible. So if they ever do Sinnoh remakes, I really hope that they bring that, because, oh my god, can you imagine being able to draw on your own little watch like a Poketch? Sorry, I'm gushing a bit, but I would be incredible. It would be a dream come true, and just like in the actual games, as you progress further in the games, you can obviously talk to the Poketch company owner, and he will upgrade your Poketch. And my idea for that would be like it would connect wirelessly to your Switch and the game, like when you're doing local trading, and it would connect and give you an extra little setting for it. Like maybe you've gone from just having the clock to the analog clock as well, or to the memo pad or something like that. I can understand if the peripheral could only be used as a watch outside of the game and you couldn't actually really use it unless it was connected to the game. I get that, and it'd be difficult, but it would be so cool. Even if it was just a watch, I really want the Poketch brought back, and I'd kill for it to be anything other than just another menu option. So of course, let's get to number 2. We've got the Underground. The Underground, whilst it's not important to the story, was a really fun part of Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. It's very similar to in Ruby and Sapphire in that you could create your own secret base. However, the feature was greatly expanded on. You could connect friends and have them explore your base, you could steal each other's flags, take them back, put them in your PC, and you could use that to get rid of stones and extra rocks and such in your bases. Of course, then you could also steal each other's flags, set traps around. You could have traps at the front of your door, so when they went to go into your base, they got trapped. That was actually quite funny. And of course, you could always mine for ores and rare items. The more ores or gems you get, the more you can exchange them for furniture, items, or traps. It would be an amazing feature. It would be amazing to see the feature brought back, to be honest, especially with the progression of the online system and how many people you could connect to. It'd be a lot of fun, and I think it'd bring a lot of people together that aren't sort of very close, but could be brought together by an online feature like that. And I hope that when the Diamond and Pearl remakes do come around, the online features of Nintendo Switch Online have been greatly expanded on, as it would be kind of sad to just have it as exactly the same as it was on the DS, just the fact that the Wi-Fi works now. It would be kind of sad, but anyway, I mean, I think it would be really great to have it there. I don't see a need to change the way you get to the Underground, as it's perfectly accessible regardless of the dual screens. The only issue would be the map. However, that could just have the option to either be off your screen, or to be in like one of the top left or right corners as a little mini-map in the top. I think that would be a perfect way to do it. Then of course we've got the third, and honestly one of my favourite things. Of course we've got the Battle Frontier and the Wi-Fi Plaza. I'd like to see them brought back, very similar to how they were in the original games. The Wi-Fi Plaza could be updated with some extra features, and the Frontier having a few more battle modes or something. Having the Frontier having maybe rotation battles or something now. It's a shame that you can no longer play the Wi-Fi Plaza in the original games, not without changing your DS Wi-Fi ID and other such things. It'd be amazing to see all the minigames return, and maybe a few new ones for the Wi-Fi Plaza. I'd love to see some extra features in the Wi-Fi Plaza, as well as it just being similar to how it was then, but I'd love to see the Battle Frontier brought back as well. It was quite the disappointment when it didn't come back in ORAS, and I'd kill for it to come back now. Now, of course, we've got number 4. Sped up battle animations. Now, I'm sure for many of you this is a given, but I just wanted to put this in there, because the pacing of Diamond and Pearl was quite slow. The battle animations, HP lowering and general movement was painfully slow, especially the surfing. Of course, a lot of this was remedied in Platinum, but of course, these are Diamond and Pearl remakes we're talking about, not Platinum remakes. So please, for the love of God, Nintendo, please don't make me do surfing that slow again. So, I can't do that again. Oh my god, no. I feel it's definitely needed in the remakes, otherwise I think it would put a lot of younger fans off who have never played the original games. It would put them off of going back to previous entries, which would be really sad, because I think it's interesting, especially for me, learning when I was younger, when I learnt about a lot of earlier consoles, handhelds, and other stuff. I mean, I've still got my N64 that I bought a few years ago. It's wonderful, and I think little kids should be allowed to learn about these things, and I think if they do learn about these things through Diamond and Pearl, that would be awesome. So having the games be painfully slow movement-wise would probably put a lot of people off, both older and newer fans. Then, of course, we've got number 5. I'm sure you were all expecting this one, Pokemon Following You. It was a large part of Hot Gold and Soul Silver, and was accessible in Amity Square, but not necessarily in the whole of the game. I'd love to have it as a part of the whole game. Whilst it's not going to greatly affect the gameplay, it'd be a fun feature I'd love to see it brought back. They could do it in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so I'm sure they could do it in a remake. Now, we've got number 6. The Game Corner. I know this won't be brought back, at least not in its original form anyway. This is due to PEGI regulations in the UK on gambling, despite the fact that they allow loot boxes. But that's a whole nother argument. Anyway, I'll assume it'll either be like Oras, where they just had a boarded up building with a sign on it, which really disappointed me, to be honest, or they'll have it turned into a mini-game, or mini-games. I think it'd be really cool to have some extra new mini-games, and of course to see Voltorb Flip. But, I mean, even if we don't get new mini-games and we just get Voltorb Flip, that'd be good with me, because I genuinely enjoyed the game, and I think it'd be a cool feature to bring back. Even if it's just Voltorb Flip, as long as we've got some sort of game corner, I'd be cool with that. Now we've got number 7. This is a feature I'm honestly not too sure about. I love the removal of HMs in Alola, and of course the removal of Fly for Corviknight in Sword and Shield. But having a HM slave felt kind of like a part of Sinnoh in a weird sort of way. Bibarrel. It'd be a nice luxury to have, but I'm not too fussed about it overall. I think it'd be okay to have a HM slave, and whilst there are way too many HMs in Sinnoh, in my opinion, I think it was a part of the game in a way, and it did make the games more difficult. Now, number 8, more Pokemon. I'm not trying to start the whole Dexit argument, and by the way, as a Brit, the Dexit thing makes me laugh in a way you can never understand, because we got Brexit, oh god. But I want to see a few more fire types added to the games, as if you picked up Piplup, like I did in my first playthrough when I was a kid, you'll certainly struggle to find a fire type if you don't like Ponyta. There are a few more added in Platinum, but I'd love to see more diverse fire types in the remakes. Now, number 9. I'm sure many of you weren't a big fan of it, but in my opinion, Generation 4 had the most bearable and actually fun contests. I'd be happy to see them return, and I'm sure Nintendo isn't just going to remove them, as they were a large part of the Diamond and Pearl anime, of course, with Dawn being obsessed with contests, and they were actually pretty good. Now, number 10. Event Pokemon distribution. I'd love to see exclusive Pokemon such as Darkrai and Shaman released as events. They'd probably have to be done over mystery gift over Wi-Fi, though they could do it so that you can get it online, but if you go into a store, you'd get like an extra item or maybe a different special Pokemon on top of that, or maybe some sort of redeemable code for the game if you went to an actual store. Just for old time's sake, I guess. Or if they do actually do the Poketch watch thing that I suggested, they could have it so that if you get it in a store, you can get extra applications for your Poketch. Oh, that would be so cool. Anyway, so the last part I think should be considered a bonus section, so to speak. But what I wanted to mention is that I think there should be a couple of options in the game. Now, the reason these aren't actual part of my list is because they are quite unrealistic and probably wouldn't happen. So, of course, what I wanted to mention is that I think there should be a couple of extra options in the game. One that allowed you to choose between playing in 2D or 3D, depending on what you prefer, because I and plenty of other people prefer 2D Pokemon games. I know, shoot me. I'm not saying the 3D ones are bad, I just prefer the way that the 2D models look, especially in black and white. They have got to be that's probably my favourite game graphically. But I think you should be allowed to pick and, of course, switch through it at any time in the game you prefer. Besides, obviously, during battles and cutscenes and other things like that, or when you're connecting to Wi-Fi. I'd also love to see a feature like the Game Boy Player from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, so you could hear the original music from the games rather than the remastered ones if you choose to. I think the Game Boy Player was an amazing thing to put into Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I'd be super pleased if they actually brought it back in the Diamond and Pearl remakes. So, that's my list of 10 and a bonus 2, so I guess my top 12 things that I would love to see in the games. So, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Check out my Instagram. Yeah. Bye.